Hi friends, it's Maya again coming to you with another video. We are going to make banana bread, so let's get started. We need some eggs. We need some ripe banana. It's best if the bananas have spots on them, guys, and you know what I mean, a little bit riper than how, you know what I mean, you would eat it. So a little bit brown spots on them is good. We need some oil. Any kind of oil. I'm using vegetable oil today, so any kind of oil will be good. Some nutmeg. I hope you guys like nutmeg in your banana bread, because that's how I make mine. And some sugar, white sugar. We're going to use some salt. Any salt will do. I'm just going to use sea salt today. And raisins, guys, but the raisins optional. I like raisins in my banana bread. I'm gonna make one with raisins and one without raisins. Okay, and also vanilla. Any kind of vanilla will do. And all-purpose flour or cake flour, whichever you'd like. I'm just gonna use all-purpose flour. Okay, so let's get started. I have a recipe that a friend of mine gave me, and I love this recipe very much. Okay, so let's start with the eggs. So we need 4 eggs. And then we need 2 cups of sugar. So let's get, this is 1 cup here. Oh. Then I need 1 cup of oil. So let's get the oil. So now we'll put in, so this is the wet ingredients that we're using. We're going to use the vanilla now. So we're going to measure vanilla, and we're going to put 2 teaspoons of vanilla in. So this is our measuring spoon, and we're doing 2 teaspoons. Okay, so 1, 2. I love the smell of vanilla, so I'm just going to put a tiny little bit more. Love the vanilla in my cakes. Okay, so let's mix this around, and we're just going to mix this up on low and just put it aside for now. Okay, so here we go. Okay, my friends, this is how it needs to look when it's all mixed in. Okay, nice and frothy like that. Okay, so let's move this aside, and then we'll start with our dry ingredients. And I got a bigger bowl to put our dry ingredients in. Okay, so here we go for the dry ingredients. We're gonna need 2.5 cups of flour. So here we go. We're gonna do our cups of flour. So this is 2.5 cups that we need of all-purpose flour. Okay, so we need 1 teaspoon of baking soda, guys. I'm going to put my baking soda. And then I need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So I'm going to put 1 baking soda, baking powder, this is baking powder, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder into our dry ingredients. And then we need a pinch of salt, just a little bit. You don't need too much salt in it. So I'm going to take my salt, and I'm going to put a pinch of salt. Oh, look at my hand. So just a pinch of salt in your dry ingredients, right? Wonderful. Okay, so now we need some nutmeg in our or cake or banana bread. Okay, so my nutmeg, I bought this at a package from the store and it was only $1.99. You get quite a few pieces in it. So I'm just gonna grate just enough of the nutmeg that I would like, okay? Okay, so here we go, just a little bit. Yeah, don't have to measure it, just grate how much you'd want. And basically, that's it. Okay, so we're all ready with this. I'm just going to mix up the dry ingredients. And then, now I'm going to set this aside, guys, for a little minute, okay? So back to our wet ingredients. This is where I start to put the ripe bananas in. I'm going to show you how I do this. I put my banana now in the wet ingredients, hold like that, and then I'm going to use the mixer again, the electric mixer, and I'm going to mix it again. So this time it just crushes up the banana, okay? I don't like to have chunks of bananas in mine, so this is why I like to do it like this. Okay, so that's 3 and the 4 banana. Okay, all these bananas can go in the compost, guys, and yeah, to help the environment, right? So here we go, 4 bananas, and I'm going to mix this up again, and then I'm going to come back. Okay, so we're done mixing it, and it's also, again, my friends, in chunks, right? Oop. Okay, here we go. See, the bananas are just in tiny chunks. Okay, so now I'm going to add, okay, so this is my dry ingredient. I'm going to add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients like this. Oh. Okay, make sure you get all that deliciousness scraped out, right? So I'm just going to put this in my sink, right, and mix this around. Make sure, I like to also use my mixer, my electric mixer again, guys, in this part. So I'm just going to mix it a bit and then I'll come back. So here we go again, it's all mixed in, and yeah, so here we go. So now at this point, oh, I like when all that stuff just drips right in. See, I tell you, bacon is sometimes so messy, guys, but it's delicious at the end. Okay, so there you go, that's the consistency we want. Everything is all mixed in. Okay, so I'm going to now get our baking pan, and here's my baking pans, and I like to use glass to baking, guys. I don't know what you guys prefer. Comment down below. Do you prefer using glass bakeware, or do you prefer to use stainless steel? Okay, so I'm greasing my loaf pan, and this too. Ooh, not too much oil, nice and greasy all around. Okay, so this now, guys, I'm going to divide this in 2, only because, as I said, I'm going to make one with raisins and one without raisins. Okay, so now for the raisins, I'm just going to put maybe half cup of raisins. Half cup of raisins in just a small container, and I'm going to sprinkle. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour in on the raisins, guys. So we're sprinkling the flour on the raisins because when you put it in without the flour, it all just sinks to the bottom. So this way, I guess it helps the flour, the raisins to stay floating, I guess, all over. Okay, so I'm gonna add my mixture of raisins into the bowl that I'm going to use for raisins. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to mix it in, mix it in, mix it in. Okay, so here we go. So here we go with one bowl with raisins. I'm going to pour it into my grease loaf pan. And here we go. This is nice and ready. So here's our pan with the raisins. And then the other one that has no raisins. Okay, so I'm making 2 loaves, one with raisins, one without raisins. I like raisins, as I said, in my banana bread. My daughters doesn't, so I always try to accommodate them as well. This banana bread is absolutely delicious, and it's nice to have it with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, whichever you prefer in the morning. Okay, so here we go, guys. It's all nice and ready to go into the oven. So I'm going to put this in the oven, 350, for about 60 minutes. Okay, so about 1 hour. I like it when it's nice and brown, so stay tuned. I'm just going to put this in the oven, and when it's done, we'll come back and talk. Thank you. There's a banana bread, guys. It's coming along. A couple of more minutes and it should be done. Okay, my friends, I'm back. This has been 1 hour since our banana bread is baking, and it's now done. So I'm just going to take this out of the oven. Look how nice and brown that is. Nice golden color. And before I took it out, guys, I dipped my knife in the loaf just to make sure it comes out nice and clean, and there we go. It's nice and clean, nothing sticky, so it's all done. Look at that, beautiful. The raisins are around, see? Raisins are around there, beautiful. So guys, this is the way that I make my banana bread in my kitchen. And don't forget, not everyone that wonders is lost, and always try to strive for something better. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again.